Now welcome back everybody to another episode of Meanwhile in Germany. Today we're gonna land an IL62 on a grass field. Yeah, that's what people were up to in 1989. What the hell? I mean, why not? Why would you ever not want to land an IL62 on a grass field? This is not even a proper runway, is it? Holy moly. Oh my god, look at all the dust. Holy moly. Yes, in today's video, I decided to talk a little bit about probably one of the craziest airliner landings that have ever been done. Yes, this is actually an airliner from Interflug, I think that's what the airline is called, and they genuinely did this landing. Here we go. This is just absolutely crazy, man. I mean, look at all the people watching this landing, dude. Absolutely look at all the dust. That's just absolutely crazy. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Of course, they didn't land a plane like this in the grass field because it's obviously quite dangerous to do something like this for no reason at all. In fact, they had a very interesting reason. Today, let's talk a little bit about that. Now, first of all, the pilot who did this maneuver was this guy. He's known as quite a bit of a legend here in Germany, I think. Heinz-Dieter Kalbach, he did a lot of interesting stuff, especially this one. I mean, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even land on a grass runway in real life in like the series or something like that. I would be scared. I really never have done a grass thing, mostly because the place I rent the plane from says it's quite a bit of a risk for the plane to break. Yeah, it is. I mean, this is just absolutely crazy. Now, this landing here happened somewhere in the middle of the German nowhere. Yes, at the interesting town of Gollenberg or something like that. It's not even that far out from Berlin, as you can see right here. Only like 100 and something kilometers. But really, it's in the middle of nowhere. And this is actually what the runway where the actual Illusion landed looks like. This is not a long runway, by the way. It's grass, and it's only barely 900 meters. I mean, also look at how hilly this place is. This is actually the hill of Gollenberg here as well. But there's some interesting German history linked to this place. Yes, Germany surprisingly has more history than Hitler. And the history of this place is linked to this guy, Otto Lilienthal. People out of Germany don't really know him, but he's a guy that tried to fly, and that kind of rhymed. Born in 1848, where planes weren't really that much of a thing, he tried to make us come true and fly with his little suit and everything, just glide down a mountain, down a hill, until he died, flying down a hill. And guess where his final flight took place in 1969? Yes, it was exactly on this hill in Gollenberg. Wow. And well, to celebrate that aviation pioneer of Otto Lilienthal, the airline of Interflug decided, okay, you guys, we want to retire our Illusion IL62, so instead of scrapping it, we're gonna gift one of those planes to the town of Gollenberg, where the whole Otto dying thing happened. You know, as a little bit of a display of an exhibition, you know what I mean? But in order to bring this kind of caliber of plane here, they decided, you know what, let's just land that plane here in the town to bring it here. And yeah, it was quite successful. In fact, here on Google Maps, you can really see still this plane is a thing, and you can actually visit it today. Even though I do live in Germany, I'm not gonna put in all the effort and go to this place. This is like 5 hours away from me, but this is quite cool. Yep. I mean, that's the reason to land a plane like this on a grass runway. Holy moly. I mean, I'm just kind of scared of normal grass runways. And like I said, I mean, what is this right now? We're in Britain right now. This is a very interesting place next to the beach. I mean, this is not even the beach. It's just ocean right here. And, you know, just letting something like this, the Illusion IL62, that's just crazy. By the way, this is what the place looks like in the flight simulator. It doesn't look absolutely good, but you can kind of get an idea of what this landing could have been. I mean, just take a look at this runway distance right here. This is just absolutely crazy. And yes, this is not the best flight simulator model ever, at all. What is this even supposed to be? But in order to actually land here, I've watched this in a documentary, the pilots actually disabled the inner engines, right? Because these didn't even have reverse thrust, and they actually put reverse thrust out on the outer engines at 50 meters above the ground before touching down, which is something that you can normally not do. I wonder how they did that here in this plane. Jesus Christ. Just absolutely crazy. Yeah, how about that? Landing on a grass runway with an airliner. I mean, landing an airliner jet on a grass runway is something we've only otherwise seen on a plane like probably the 737. This is a 737-200. It's especially the classics, they can land pretty much anywhere. I mean, look at this. This happened somewhere in Canada. Jesus Christ. Look at that landing gear. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that plane is happy to be landing here, if I'm being honest. Holy moly. Yeah, this happened here somewhere at a regional air park. This is what it looks like these days. It has 1,200 meters of runway. It's not even that far away from Seattle, which is, I guess, why they flew it here. Yeah, this is Seattle. This is where they made the planes, right? This is just absolutely crazy. Now, the particular reason by Boeing to actually land this plane here, this was done by Boeing. It's not really anything historical or anything. It was just to show off what the 737 can do. Yeah, I mean, the 737 is known for being certified to land at crazy places, especially here with this good old beloved gravel kit that it does actually have. This allows this actually particular model here to land on gravel runways efficiently, and it does still in Canada especially, where, you know, you cannot really pave runways very well. That's where the 737-200 comes in. Lands perfectly well at gravel run, which is just crazy to think about. I mean, imagine sending like a modern A350 or something like there. You know, the skip, it would fall apart. No, it probably wouldn't. It probably would be very strong at those airports still. But you know, this is just crazy to think about. The only other modern jet to recently have been certified to actually land on a rough field like this is, of course, the Swiss PC-24. Yep, you can basically settle this plane down on an acre if you're a farmer. Especially in America, you can just, yeah, this is just absolutely crazy. Even though this plane also has a problem at its range, this thing's not going very far if you want. Okay, what the hell is this one now? Seaplane grass lounge. Are they seriously letting a float plane on a grass? Jesus Christ. Well, that's not even more scarier than the ocean landing. Holy moly, I would have been so scared to just flip over or something like that. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is actually on a soccer field as well. I like that idea. Looks quite successful, actually. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe planes are quite a bit more capable than when we think they are, right? I mean, I think anything can land here as well on like this dried lake bed of this Edwards Air Force Base. I mean, of course, we all know I think the 757 would prefer to actually operate here on these asphalt runways down here, right? But I don't think it struggles at all taking off on this place at all either, right? Okay, even though the dust could be quite annoying. But there's no dust here anyway. This is actually quite nice. There we go. As long as you're somewhat choosing a runway that's okay, like, you know, grass-wise as well. You might not want to be landing where there's rocks or something like that. But other than that, you can land your plane at quite a lot of places. It's quite sad these days that we don't have any crazy pilots anymore that will just throw a plane on like a grass field or something just to see what's gonna happen. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night.
Now, thank you to my members here on YouTube like Block, Emite, Mubarak, Mike, Ethan, Darren, Stefan, Ian, Oman the Human, Rafael Burkowski, Junk in the Trunk, Moritz, Toby, Great Grandpa John, Government Pasta, Calamity Airlines, Kelly Chaos, New York, Tyler Park, Cheese Doritos, Shadow, Anime Planes 001, Exponential Deslama, featuring Kellen, Me By You, Captain Cameron, Spiro, Gary, Norwegian, Bagel, and Parology.